wonderful. It's you.
Oh, yeah. My bad, you guys. Welcome, everybody, to the Wake Up Sports Podcast. We're going to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Shout out to SeatGeek. We're going to start off with them. Use our code Wake Up Sports. You get $20 off on your first purchase on any game, any concert, any event. Shout out to Jerky Pro, one of the best jerkies in the business. Ton of good flavor. Use our code Wake Up Sports Podcast for 10% discount. Also, shout out to W Energy. Uh, they are the best non-crash out energy drink out there. Use it for any studying you gotta do, a long car ride. If you're going to the gym, if you're going to work, they are a great product. You guys use our code Wake Up Sports Podcast for 10% off. Also, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Put any sport, make any sports bet, and use our code Wake Up Sports Podcast and match up to $100 for any bet. They have esports, they have basketball, they have football, NFL, MLB, NHL, anything you want to bet on. Go to Underdog Fantasies and use our code Wake Up Sports Podcast. Now I send it over to Pete for Worldwide of Sport. What do you got?
All right, guys. For the worldwide of sports, the first thing I have is thank God this finally happened. The Purdue Boilermakers football team has fired their offensive coordinator, Graham Harold, after starting the season 1-3. The one thing I gotta say for that, I think it's a smart decision because we could not move the ball to save our lives, especially especially against the Big Ten. And I'm just happy we're finally making a change. But I wouldn't be surprised if our head coach gets fired by the end of the season too. So I guess they wanted to just start cleaning house now after losing to Nebraska. Dally, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's a good move. Purdue has been in the bottom for a while now, for past couple years at least.
Yeah.
It's about time they make some moves to try to, get back on top. Where they used to be.
No
They
comment.
they used to be, in my opinion, they used to be a top 5 team in the Big Ten. Now they're bottom 2.
Literally, we are.
So this is a good start firing that offensive coordinator. If that head coach doesn't get his head out of his bottom, then he's going to be gone next.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Hey, send him to Michigan.
I do think it's a great move that they got rid of him, the offensive coordinator, because I mean, Pete, you and I, our teams are starting at the same record right now. Even though with Charlotte we should have won, we got a really BS call at the end, and I think Mike Bloomgren might be game fighter, or our offensive coordinator is gonna get changed next year.
All right. The next thing that I have, for the wide world of sports, this past weekend it was the President's Cup in golf. So this is basically United States versus the world, and I just gotta say, there was some clutch plays by Keegan Bradley, who hit two clutch birdies to basically put them in the lead and for them to win the whole entire game, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Also, Xavier, Chafin did amazing, and in the United States actually brought back the cup, because I know that basically the world has had the trophy for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Yep.
see how that goes. The next story I have is Tottenham played Manchester United on Sunday, and let me just say, Tottenham put the beating on Man U, and basically, Brennan Johnson scored a goal. Drazen Hulukovic scored, and Dominic Sabarik, which which made it 3-0. And then on top of that, in the 42nd minute, Bruno Fernandes, basically the best player on Manchester United, got a red card, which sent him off the field. So basically, for the rest of the game, Man U played with only 10 men compared to with 11.
Yeah. I
So
mean, it's also safe to say that Man U is not the same team that they used to be. I was a Manchester United fan when Wayne Rooney was there,
oh my
and Wayne
god,
Rooney was such a fun player to watch. And I believe they still had one of the best goalies was Van der Sar. I think was still on that team with Wayne Rooney.
yes, you're correct. You're correct. Basically, the next story I have is the world anti-doping agency WADA says they have logged the appeal of courts for arbitrary for sports after an independent tribunal found a world number one tennis player Gian Skinner was not at fault for testing positive twice. So basically he had two two samples uh that were basically ineffective. They basically tried to say that he was using steroids, but on the tail end of it, he is not going to be suspended because they went back in, tested everything out, and everything came back actually negative. So he will keep that number one spot, and we will see how he does when the season starts up again.
Good for him.
How do you guys feel about that?
I think I think they just need to do better. I mean, obviously it was he wasn't using it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean they accused him of using it, and it's just showing that he had two negative tests, and it's coming back that he's not using. So I think they just need to do better.
Exactly.
I just think just because a player goes bananas in a game doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing steroids or
Exactly.
any of these performance enhancement rugs. It doesn't necessarily mean they're doing steroids. I hate that because you saw them test. I mean, basketball wise, like when Donovan Mitchell had 71 that one game, they tested him.
Oh yeah, they tested him right after.
Yeah, they tested him right after. They tested Damian Lillard because he did it a few nights later. They tested him. Like it's getting to a point to where these athletes, like some athletes, will reach the potential they need to reach, and they go off in games. Like I mean, like for example, Derrick Henry yesterday, he had 200 yards in rushing yesterday, and I mean, by now you would think we would have heard something saying, "Oh, we're gonna test him for steroids."
Well, we also got to remember too. They when everyone was surprised of how jacked CMC got. I mean, people thought he was.
Who was that kicker that just got tested yesterday? I saw it on Snapchat. I forgot what kicker it was.
Was it Jake Moody? I thought.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, I thought it was Jake Moody. Yeah, because I remember seeing something. See, that's the thing.
Because
like,
didn't Matt Prater also had to get tested for steroids at one time too? Because
yes,
he was kicking like 60 yards.
That's the thing that aggravates me about like today's sports. Like, I mean, you could also look at baseball. Aaron Judge hits 50 homers a year. And there was times last year where they tested him because he hit 2 home runs in a freaking game. I think he had 1 3-home run game. Like that does not mean you're on steroids. That just means you're good at the sport you play.
Mhm.
It doesn't necessarily mean you do steroids.
All right,
all the
guys.
time.
Yeah, we gotta move on.
I'm actually gonna go on to the Bears. Basically, the Bears this past weekend, we did play the Los Angeles Rams, and we beat them because they can never beat us in Chicago.
It was by 2, wasn't it?
No.
Or not
Oh,
2.
they cooked.
So, us the Chicago Bears beat the Rams 24-18 with a big day from DeAndre Swift with 16 carries for 93 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, also 7 catches for 75 yards. Also, Dexter and Montez Sweat had a sack, and in which Montez actually had a strip sack, which basically after that play, it basically put us in the lead. Also on top of that, Kill Williams actually had a clean game. Kill Williams had 17 completions for 23 yards and 157 yards with 1 TD, 2 DJ Moore. But also this game, 2 players I would actually give player of the game to is one is Brisker, because Brisker had a total of 12 tackles, 8 solo. He had a sack, and he also had the clutch interception for us to seal that game to win it. But to tell you the truth, my player of the game, in which a lot of people would not say that this guy's the player of the game, was the punter from Australia, Tory Taylor. Listen, the dude had 5 punts for 277 yards, 3 punts that were inside the 20. Also on top of that, he had 1 touchback. And then also another thing, basically the thing that kind of sealed that game was when he pinned the Rams inside the 10-yard line. That's basically up him that deep. And his longest punt, which flipped the field, was 66 yards. 66 yards.
That is crazy.
Which is crazy to think. And then the final thing I have for MMA, there is a big controversy going on right now because the UFC did have a card in France. And basically the main event, Mankado and Braden Allen were both fighting French fighters in the in the main event. But the crazy thing is, after weighing in, they had to stay back another 3 hours. 3 hours to do other tests by drawing blood and all that, to basically say that they weren't they were basically trying to find anything to basically kind of suspend the fight. To basically say, like, hey, these guys are not clean. So do you guys think do you guys think the French commission is somewhat like corrupted?
I think it's at some point you can kind of think that they are corrupted, but also you got to think that it could also be like kind of a sneaky thing that they're trying to do, but also trying to think that maybe they're trying to play it a little safe or something like that. I wouldn't say that it's getting corrupt per se, but I do find it very sneaky to be doing all those kind of different testings for 3 hours just
Mm-hmm.
just just to find out if he's going to be ready. I mean, it to me that sounds like they're trying to trap it and just not let him fight.
Exactly. Dally, anything or?
I wonderful basically took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay.
But yeah, I honestly, the fact that it's got to be the same thing with that whole steroids thing. Like, obviously, if you don't find anything in the first half hour, 45 minutes, there's obviously nothing wrong with the dude. Let the
Mhm.
dude.
Exactly. The next thing I have is basically UFC, and basically, in my predictions, I went 5-0 for the first time ever on the podcast. I'm happy about that. Woo, woo. Um, um, Umar Sai beat Dong Long Jung by unanimous decision. Ion Cabarino beat a Croatian's debut by split decision. Brian Battle defeats Kevin Josephine by knockout second round. William Gomes defeats Jabir Peralta by split decision. Amagomed beats Brennan Allen by unanimous decision, and then in the main event, Areno Meccano beats Benoit Saint Denis by KO doctor stoppage. So basically, that means he had so much damage on his face that basically they couldn't stop the swelling. So basically, they had to stop the fight.
Oh yeah.
And now a new segment that we're bringing up on the Wake Up Sports podcast. It's called Panic or No, and I'm going to give you guys some questions and let me know what you guys think. Should we panic about the Jags?
You should sell that whole team.
Yes.
It's panic mode and sell the team. Like, my goodness.
Same here. Same here. All right. With Rashid Rice with a possible ACL, should the Chiefs' wide receiving core be concerned?
I don't think so. I mean, we just saw Xavier Worthy do actually pretty decent. I think Xavier Worthy can fill Rashid Rice's role if he has to. I mean, we've seen him do it before.
Honestly, we got to see what they do a full game. I mean, yeah, they still got Travis Kelce in there. I mean, I don't think they will, but honestly, we got to see what they do next week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the next one I have, should the Browns be panicked with Deshaun Watson?
Hell yeah.
Yes. At this point, Patrick Starr could do better than this guy. Like, this is horrible.
That's a good one.
I mean,
Can we say that Jane Daniels is the best quarterback out of this class? Like, is it
Yeah.
too early?
I would say it's too early to say, but he's just rolling. You know who he's reminding me, and as a Commander, he is reminding me as RG3's rookie year. That's exactly what it's looking like.
Exactly.
Honestly, you guys could say it's too early, but I honestly, what I've been seeing lately from Jaden Daniels, he's definitely the best quarterback to come out of this rookie class.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they give him Rookie of the Year if he keeps playing like he is.
Exactly. And then the final thing I have before we go into the wonderful esports news, should we panic or not about the Packers bringing back Jordan Love too early and seeing how bad he played throwing those 3 interceptions? Should we panic or not?
Yes.
Yes.
You brought him back way too soon.
Yeah.
Way too soon.
In my opinion, I think Malik Willis could have pulled that win off. I think he probably.
No.
He might have. I mean, he was playing well. I mean, they didn't. I mean, to be fair, the Packers' defense was starting to get them to come back against the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
We can't say that the Packers' defense did not have a big part in this. So all Malik Willis had to do is put touchdowns in. If those interceptions didn't happen with Love, they possibly could have won that game.
Okay.
Yeah, but outside of that, I mean, you're taking your chance. I mean, you re-sign Jordan Love and he gets hurt, which was crazy how quick he came back. I mean, he got hurt week 1 and he's already back. Like, honestly, you're pushing to re-aggravate an injury that could be much worse. That's what this Packers team is looking to do with their quarterback right now is to re-aggravate that injury and
Yep.
make it worse.
Mm-hmm. All right, wonderful. Let's go into some esports.
All right, to start it off, we got Nadeshot said he wants to start his own watch party and compete with Scump's watch party and the Flank, which is
Ooh.
the Phase. That's Phase Zuma, who is an ex-COD player. His podcast is actually doing really well, but it's nowhere near Scump's watch party. I mean, Scump's the GOAT. I
Yeah.
mean, no one's gonna beat his watch party. After that, this is kind of a big talk right now. There will be no more minimum salary requirements in Call of Duty League starting next season. For the last couple of years, the minimum was set at 55,000. Teams will instead have to abide by minimum salaries in the states in which they operate. How do you guys feel this will make the players feel about like the contracts that they already had? Like Albizi was making over just a little bit over $1 million for Phase.
I personally think I think that's some like BS because because certain states have different minimum wages
Exactly.
and and, and basically if you're in a state which they don't give a high enough minimum wage, they're going to be screwed out of their contract compared to somebody that's somebody that's living in like New York
Right.
or Texas or California.
Exactly. Scrap and Hydra won the 2v2 tournament uh and won $10,000. Scrap and Hydra, this duo could be the most dangerous in the league. I mean, they got Dan Ghosty and Envoy who are just going to be comms and just do the objective wise, but Scrap and Hydra, they're going to run that. They're going to run BO6. Team Falcons Warzone players got put in a blender during the tournament against Scrap and Hydra, showing that Warzone players cannot compete with CDL players, which is very true. I mean, Scrap.
Uh,
Oh,
I don't think so.
I'm saying these two. These two.
Okay.
Scrap basically beat these guys by himself. He probably could have done it blindfolded. That's how bad it was. Roster Mania news.
Do you know who they played against actually?
It was Shifty and Hisoka.
Oh,
Yeah, they got obliterated.
Ooh, damn.
Roster Mania news: Cloud9 has officially released Hydra, Kismet, Sky, Sender, and Drell, leaving only Sib on the roster. So now they're trying to figure out how to build around Sib. Diamond Khan has announced that he is going to play in Challengers in BO6 instead of being in the actual Pro League. Minnesota Rocker are signing Geo and Estriel for the Black Ops 6 season. Hook is also in a current deal being worked on. This could also be a great team together with the leadership of either legendary player. Clayster could make his final comeback, or Slasher could come in to play that main AR spot. Um, Either way, that Minnesota Rocker team is actually looking really good if they put the right pieces together. They just need the right leadership for the main AR. Halo
Mhm.
news: October 4th through the 6th, 12 Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern. Halo World Championship. Watch on Twitch to win rewards for Halo. FaZe beats Optic 5-0. FaZe wins the Halo World Champions warm ups, and they won $3,000. Optic took second with 1,500. Shopify won third for 500. That everyone else that competed didn't get squat.
Okay.
CS:GO news. Uh, this year G2 won versus Navi. Best of 5 in the grand finals, the most watched of the tournament. The champions were also the fan favorites throughout the event, garnering the highest amount of hours watched, with Navi once again coming in second. The most amount of viewers for the event came from English streams, which recorded a peak viewership of 418,127, while Russian had 225,000 and Portuguese 68,000, Ukrainian 64,000, Polish 57,000. Brawl Stars Esports Elevate GG wins the September Spectacular Championship, beating Tribe Gaming in the grand finals. Esports racing, Crim 6, ex-Optic COD champion, had joined Sim Racing for FaZe Clan and has won another solo victory in the Porsche Endurance Challenge. He left Sonoma with a first, second, and first place trophies, now leading the Endurance Championship. Final race will be the Coda 6 hour in November. Fortnite. Some Fortnite news. There will be a brand new map featuring Top Golf. Will be a map in Fortnite. You'll be
What?
able to go to Top Golf and you will be able to do a driving range just like Top Golf is. You'll be
That's
able
all.
to play Top Golf in Fortnite. They hadn't said when that's going to be put in yet. It might already be in, but as of right now, they did announce it. And then League of Legends World Championship started September 23rd and is done November 3rd. And that's all I got for esports at the moment.
All right, Dally.
All right. So I have no Guardians news today, guys. Other than they'll be playing Saturday in the divisional round. I'm pretty sure it's the winner between the Detroit Tigers and the Houston Astros. All depends on the winner of that game, who we will be playing. Outside of that, Ohio State beats Michigan State 38-7. Will Howard went 21 for 31 with 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Trayvon Henderson, I'm sorry, led the league. I mean, not lead. I'm sorry, guys.
You're good.
Led the team in rushes, rushing yards, 7 carries for 69 yards. Mike Igbuka had 7 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. And then Jeremiah Smith had 5 receptions, 83 yards, touchdown. And then he also had a 10-yard rushing touchdown. And one of his touchdowns was sick. He had a one-handed snatch out of the air. Brought it. He basically caught it like this and brought it in and scored on one of the touchdowns. I hate to break this. I really hate to talk about this one. Steelers lost to the Indianapolis Colts yesterday. But honestly, we should have won that game. I don't care what anybody says. The Steelers should have won that game. Justin Fields. I'm sorry, Peter. Justin Fields balled out. He went 22 for 34 with 312 yards and a touchdown. He also had 10 carries for 55 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. George Pickens had 7 receptions for 113 yards. And Pat Freiermuth had 5 receptions, 57 yards, and he destroyed the scoring drought and had a touchdown. So
Finally.
He finally scored a touchdown, and we're finally giving our tight ends the ball. Yesterday, I kind of wish I would have said something earlier. I wanted us to pull up the video of Washington catching the ball and basically getting a 20-yard. It was a 20-yard play. He stiff armed the hell out of what's his name? I think it was Franklin. Or it was
Isaiah Franklin.
It was yeah, and he stiff armed the hell out of him, and after he ran after that, he ran for like 10 more yards. So if we keep giving our tight ends the ball, this team could be really successful. Our O-line we have injuries on the O-line. That's kind of what's hurting us mainly. I wish our center could learn the snap count, because this is the 3rd time in a row that he snapped the ball when Justin Fields was not paying attention. I
do also agree with that snap. If that snap didn't happen, I think you guys would have won that game.
Yeah, we without a doubt, Justin Fields was honestly where we were. Justin Fields could have had 350 yards passing probably, because he would have
Damn.
had one long ball to George
Yeah.
Pickens. The first half was just atrocious for the Steelers. I mean, the Colts defense played like phenomenal, which is crazy to say because I mean they were last in the league in rushing defense. And in other news inside of Pittsburgh, Justin Fields is the second quarterback to have a 300-yard passing game and a 50-yard rushing game. And behind it's him and Cordell Stewart back in 2002.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So that's our second quarterback. There's people saying, "Oh, Justin Fields is already top 5 quarterback in franchise history."
Yo.
I'd hold off on that to see if we win a playoff game this year. I'm not saying he's top 5 right now. Not in franchise history. Not right now.
No.
There's improvement. Justin Fields says it every week that there's improvement with the offense. I agree. If we started out hot like we did in the second half, we could have won this game. We could have at least put 40 on their heads if we were this hot. I mean, I'm not trying to sound biased. I mean, Colts will probably still put up 24. I mean, Joe Flacco has our number. I mean, even though he's 11-11 against Steelers, he has our number. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not too pressed about losing. I mean, we play the Dallas Cowgirls. I'm at Cowboys next weekend. So I think that's our comeback game. I think honestly we should beat the Cowboys next week. We should.
Also the Bears. We have the Panthers next week.
Hey,
you just gotta make sure that Andy Dalton doesn't decide to go off.
Well, did you also see they lost their starting middle linebacker though for the season?
Oh, I did not see that.
Shaq.
Shaq Leonard.
No, Shaq Thomas.
Shaq Thomas. Okay.
Yeah, saw that.
Thompson. Thompson.
Okay. I'm still pretty mad that the Bills lost because honestly, I don't put any blame on Josh Allen for that game. I'm blaming the offensive line in that game.
You should blame their defense. They don't know how to tackle Derrick Henry.
Well, I mean, they don't know. They couldn't tackle him, and then after that, I mean, Taylor Rapp was able to tackle Derrick Henry, but he ended up getting a concussion while tackling him. But I called it from the beginning. As soon as I saw us going for that 4th and 1 punt, I knew we were losing the game right then and there. Because we were you gave them so much momentum that they were going to score again, and then we were just going to get trailed the whole time. Mm-hmm. And there was no point of doing that when you could have probably got that 4th and 1 somehow. I would have just went for that 4th and 1, honestly.
I'm sorry, but if you have a running back coming at you like Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, any of these top big running backs, you have them coming at you and you can't, and your D-line and linebacker can't get them, and you have to rely on your safety to tackle your running back and force them to get a concussion or something. Exactly. Definitely going up against Derrick Henry. Like, if you remember the game Pittsburgh played Tennessee, it was a few years ago, and we had Robert Spillane. He ended up giving himself a concussion and gave Derrick Henry a concussion after that.
I remember that.
I do. I think I do remember that also.
Even Derrick Henry said that that's the hardest he's been hit.
Which is
it was against the Pittsburgh defense.
It is crazy. I do want to say I don't blame Josh Allen. I mean, we saw how he was playing. I mean, people can say he played bad. I don't think he played that bad for a guy that had to run the whole time. I mean, he was running for his life, especially that great throw that he did to Shakur for a quick save that almost got
Hmm.
into a touchdown, which that touchdown he would have broke NFL history of having the most passing touchdowns in 6 to 7 seasons.
Can
He would have made NFL history if he still needs one. I mean, he just needs one passing touchdown to break it.
can I just say that George Pickens pissed me off that yesterday?
How?
Was it the
So
fumble?
there was a one play. It was like a 50-yard pass.
Hmm.
Justin Fields decides to think he's playing basketball, has the football in his hand, gets tackled and loses the ball. And he caught the ball at the 15. We were in the red zone, and he fumbled the ball.
Is that
If
is
it
that the
wasn't
one
for
that
his,
he looked really confused and then like he just let go of the ball and just like looked at it?
I believe so. Yeah,
It was right
yeah.
on the sideline.
This offense, honestly, I mean, we're getting the yards we need. We just need to capitalize on scoring. If we
Exactly.
capitalize on scoring, we could beat teams by 20.
Exactly.
Honestly, I don't care who we have at quarterback. The fact that Justin Fields is trusting these receivers and this tight end and having faith in himself is really proving that he could be a QB1 on this team. So
Yeah.
I really hope we don't end up playing Russ at all. I mean, I hate to say that because I was a big fan of Russ. Before he became a Steeler, when he was with the Seahawks, I was a big fan of Russ. But the fact that I think it was a waste of money to pick up Russ. Honestly, we could have kept we should have just got Mason Rudolph as a backup. Honestly, that was our best bet compared to Russ. I'll love the Russ if he somehow views this podcast. I'll love the Russell Wilson, but buddy, you should not be playing. You should know that you were going to be a backup all along.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So guys, I know I did not put this in the notes. Wonderful. If you have a notebook next to you, we still have about 15 minutes until we end the show. So let's do a little draft.
Oh, all right. Hold on.
And this is gonna be a little random one, but top 5 funniest people you guys think that made movies. So like, that's basically
okay.
Oh,
I gotcha.
and we're gonna go wonderful, Dally, me. Top 5 draft.
Well, I'm gonna start it off and put Adam Sandler down.
Adam Sandler. Okay.
all right. I'm taking him right off the rip. Give me Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Okay. Give me. Give me Jim Carrey and Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Those are good ones.
Oh yeah, that's Dally.
Yeah, it's me. Give me. You know what? He's pretty funny in comedy movies. James Franco, I believe his name is.
Yeah, James Franco has some good ones.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I am going to take both of these guys because they are usually all but in the same movie and they're both in it, so I feel like they count as one. I'm taking the Marlon Wayne brothers.
Oh, I like that.
And then my second pick, give me Mr. Eddie Murphy.
Ooh.
Shit.
Apple picks for funny actors.
Huh?
Casual picks by Wake Up.
Who said that?
Probably heard the James Franco.
Hey boss, maybe spell picks right.
Ooh.
Ooh, got him.
I'm just kidding. Shout out to boss though.
Hey, thanks for taking my next pick. Let's just shout it out there because he was gonna be my next one if no one said anything.
You could have him. I was gonna go with
You guys skipped me.
I haven't went yet.
Oh, I thought you did.
No. Give me. I guess give me The Rock.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, The Rock
Oh
and
my
I mean, to be fair, Kevin Hart and The Rock are great duos in comedy movies. That's pretty. I don't think that's a horrible pick.
I mean, you guys took mainly all my picks. So
my third selection, give me Ice Cube.
Okay.
Fourth, who's that dude that did all the? What's that dude that did all like the spy movies? Funny dude, British. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Mr. Bean?
No, not Mr. Bean.
Oh, I can't tell you who it is because now I know who you're talking about already. I ain't telling you because he was gonna be my pick too.
That was good.
I know exactly who you're talking about. But I'll be nice and I'll give it to you. It's Mike Myers.
Yes, Mike Myers. If you've
Austin
never watched
Powers.
Yes, Austin Powers movies. Yep. Dally, if you've never watched
You're welcome for that.
Thank you. Because listen, if you've never watched an Austin Powers movie, you haven't lived life. And I can tell you haven't.
Huh?
He's never watched an Austin Powers movie.
Well, not only that, you got Wayne's World with that too.
Yup.
Wayne's
Michael
World.
Myers and dog shit.
Where did he just come out of?
I'm not gonna lie, that kind of startled me a little bit. I thought for a second Dally was doing ventriloquism.
I thought you just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh my gosh.
I'm honestly
Boss, would you like
surprised
to
you
enter
picked
this
Ice
draft?
Cube.
I got 7% battery thanks to Hurricane Fucktard, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, are you done? Yeah, you're done, Pete.
Yeah, I'm done.
So is that my pick or Dally's?
Dally's.
My turn. Give me Chris Farley.
Yep, of course. Thanks, boss, for giving that answer out for me.
You're welcome. Anytime, brother.
Oh, that upset me. That really did.
Oh.
I am gonna go with another GOAT, Cat Williams.
Oh, good one.
Don't mess
Good
with
one.
my movie people.
Good one. I give you guys props on those.
Is that all the picks?
Is it all the picks?
No, you guys have one more. We all have one more.
Okay.
I have back to back.
Yeah, you go back to back, then it's Dally, then me, then we're done.
Back to back.
That's like a Disney episode.
Gotta go with this guy. Another GOAT. It's gonna be. Oh crap! I'm losing it.
Nobody's taking him.
I'm losing it. Oh crap! Oh.
Come on.
Oh, I know. Ooh, I know one. Ooh.
I have one too, and I hope nobody takes him.
Steve Carell.
Yes. That's not it. All right, Dally.
Chris Rock.
Yes, nobody took him. How didn't you guys take the GOAT? How didn't you guys take the GOAT who Sammy Sosa? R.I.P. Robin Williams. How did nobody take Robin Williams? You guys
I
are crazy.
wasn't. I didn't want him, honestly.
All right, hurry up. I got 4% battery. Read me off the list of what y'all got. So I can...
Dally has Kevin Hart, James Franco, The Rock, and Chris Farley. He needs one more.
And I
Peter
said,
has Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Ice Cube, Mike Myers, and Robin Williams. I have Adam Sandler, both Marlon Wayne brothers, Eddie Murphy, Cat Williams, and Steve Carell.
I had Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah, Chris Rock. There was another person I wanted to take, but I didn't take him.
I'm sorry, I fell out. What was that?
No.
You need all of them?
Yeah, I fell out.
Dally has Kevin Hart, James Franco, The Rock, Chris Farley, and Chris Rock. Peter has Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Ice Cube, Mike Myers, and Robin Williams. I have Adam Sandler, both Marlon Wayne brothers, Eddie Murphy, Cat Williams, and Steve Carell.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Give me
Oh, I
David
need-
Spade,
Another good one.
Rob Schneider,
Oh.
Rob Schneider fell off a little bit, but I like it. Just taking everyone that Adam Sandler puts in his movies.
give me oh man,
There's another really good one that people
give
are
me Kevin
forgetting.
James.
Who?
Who?
Oh,
Kevin
Kevin
James.
James. I didn't hear. Okay.
Kevin James.
Yep, another Adam Sandler
Blanc.
character.
Give me classic funny man Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh, good one.
It's crazy to see that he can still dance at his age.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, give me
Boss.
give me Jonah Hill.
Oh, how do we forget about Jonah?
Jonah has a couple of good movies. I don't.
Oh, honorable
Yes,
mention for
couple.
me is Channing Tatum.
Okay. Channing.
Honorable mention for
Honorable
me.
mention Seth Rogen.
That's what I was literally about to say. You took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm not gonna lie. The only time I can watch Seth Rogen movies is that I have to be in a mood.
I know
That's
what you,
really it.
I know what you mean. No,
Peter, what was yours?
My honorable mention has to be. Oh, what's his face? I can't remember his name. What's that dude's name that's on Shameless? The old dude.
Are you talking about the dad, Frank Gallagher?
Yes.
That's I'm just gonna put down Frank Gallagher. I can't think of his name, but he's also in
Boss. Is his phone dead? Probably.
Frank Gallagher. He is also in Jurassic Park 3. He is the
Yes.
dad.
Yes, and personally, the third one is my personal favorite, the original.
Yep.
That's literally personally my favorite one.
I always forget this guy's name. My honorable mention. Kind of surprised that nobody picked him.
Who?
Shit, now I gotta remember his fucking name. Because we waited so long. Not Cedric the Entertainer, even though that's a great one. People forgot about Cedric the Entertainer. Mr. 3000 himself.
Oh!
I can't remember his name now.
You're good. You just put.
Mr. 3000 himself.
Okay. All right, guys. You know what we always do at the end of the show? Hot takes in any sport. I'm gonna have Dally go first.
Me? Oh shit! All right. I have the Guardians going to the World Series.
Biased take, but wonderful.
Give me the Tigers knocking out Houston Astros.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Also, my thing is I think the Chicago Bears will beat the Panthers. They will beat the Jags in London. They will also beat the Commanders and the Cardinals and go undefeated.
Who?
The Bears, they will win their next 5 games.
Commanders
their
one is
next
going to be a
5.
tough one. Commanders are sneaky.
I think we'll pull it out. Pause,
Yeah, you
but-
got to be careful with the Commanders.
My thing with the Commanders is that they're beating people on the run and they're
Mhm.
beating people in the passing. But that defense is starting to pick up.
Mhm. But you guys ready to close out the show?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
Oh, Bernie Mac. That's who I was thinking of. Bernie
Okay.
Mac.
Oh yeah, Bernie Mac.
But thank you everyone for joining the Wake Up Sports Podcast. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Jerky Pro, W Energy, SeatGeek, and Underdog Fantasy. Use our codes Wake Up Sports Podcast for Jerky Pro, Wake Up Sports Podcast for W Energy, Wake Up Sports for SeatGeek, and Wake Up Sports Podcast for Underdog Fantasy. Use our codes. And also, let's do one more thing in remembrance of Mutombo and Pete Rose for tonight.
Yes, a moment of silence. Thank you.
Yes.
But guys, also, if you guys didn't know, we have merch. We have merch available on our TikTok pages. There's a link in our bio. You guys can click on that and go get yourself some beautiful t-shirts, such as a breaking news t-shirt or milk ice and milk or
Ice and
milk
milk.
with ice. And then we have Dali's logo, and then we have also our other co-host that's not here tonight. We also have Joey's logo. We also have branch off t-shirts of our NFL Wake Up t-shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve. And then we have also Wake Up College Football. And guys, if you guys wanted to contact us or just go to all our links in our bios on TikTok. And guys, you know what we always say to people.
Oh, one more thing, Pete.
What's up?
We are I was talking to Boss. Boss is working on a Bernie Sanders shirt.
Oh, that's correct. That's
He
is
is
he doing
working on it.
He's got to be doing the Heisman pose. If you can find a Bernie Sanders doing the Heisman,
So, Boss is working on it. As soon as he gets it out, you know where to get it.
Exactly. But guys, thank you for showing the love and